Hello, good morning, dear students. For the compulsory English, we have unit number second, that is the poetry. And in this unit, we have a very beautiful poem which is written by William Shakespeare. Actually, we can say that this is the famous passage in Shakespeare's world famous play As You Like It. Dear students, you are already familiar with world famous playwright William Shakespeare. He has written 37 plays and 154 sonnets in which he tells us the universal philosophy of the man's miseries and the ultimate truth of the life. This is the small poem in which Shakespeare tells us the truth of the life. According to Shakespeare, the truth of life is the death. All the attempts of the man is futile because man is a mortal creature according to William Shakespeare. Let's do the analysis of this poem right from the beginning. At the beginning, Shakespeare says that there are the seven stages in the man's life. He describes it in a very beautiful manner. According to Shakespeare, there are seven stages in which man lives his life. To compare this poem with a very famous saint in Hindi literature, we can compare this poem with Kabir's Doha. I would like to quote the Kabir's famous Doha to compare this poem. The Doha written by Kabir, it contains a very philosophical idea. In that Doha, Kabir says that जिवड़ा दो दिन का जजमान अब तुम कब स्मरोगे राम बालपनो खेल गमायो तारुणपन में काम अब तुम कब स्मरोगे राम बुढ़ेपन में कफन लगाया निकल गया अवसान अब तुम कब स्मरोगे राम कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधु आखिर मौत निदान अब तुम कब स्मरोगे राम. It means that in this doha, Kabir wants to emphasize on the futility of the life. Kabir says that the all life of the man is futile. The deity is the ultimate truth of the life. Man spends his childhood in the playing, and in his youth he spends his time in his worldly affairs, and in oldness he is too weak that he can't remember the preachings of the holy people. Like that, Shakespeare says that in the seven stages, man spends his life in a futility. The first stage is the stage of the child, in which he spends his life in a playing, and before that there is the stage of the infant. The infant, it doesn't aware of the worldly things, and at the second stage, Shakespeare says that man spends his life uh, as a school going boy. The school going boy is very reluctant to go to school. He denies to his parents to go to school. And at the second stage, Shakespeare describes a promising young man who is in a love, and he does the futile promises to his lover. And another stage, I mean, at the third stage, Shakespeare describes man as a young soldier who is ready to sacrifice his life to his country. And Shakespeare describes the other stages in the second stanza of the poem. In that, Shakespeare says that the other stage is a very mature young man who is beyond 40, and he has lots of worries about his family matters and other things. Shakespeare says that after that there is a stage of a very old man who is waiting for his death, and there are wrinkles on his face, and other thing that he is a very helpless fellow. And Shakespeare described the final stage, that at that stage man only remains as a corpse. The all the all the appears, Shakespeare says, that is futile. He says that man is a mortal creature. One day the death will be ultimate truth, and man, he has to face the death courageously, and it is the ultimate truth. Uh, in the analysis of the poem, we can say that this is a philosophical poem written by Shakespeare, in which he tells us the philosophy of the life. The philosophy is that the man has to face the seven stages in his life. Shakespeare says that all the upbringing of the man is a futile, and the ultimate end is a death. We can say that as a philosopher, playwright, and the poet, Shakespeare gives us gives us an account of ultimate truth in man's life. We can say that Shakespeare has written this poem in a very beautiful manner, and often lines of this poem quoted by the many people throughout the world. We can find Shakespeare as very skillful poet in this poem. He has alluded many allusions in this poem. He has used various images in this poem. Uh, in brief, we can conclude the discussion of this poem, that Shakespeare wants to throw a light, light on the life of the human being. That all the life of the human being is a very futile. Thank you.